What's up, fellow survivors? This is Kruxn. We are back playing 7 Days to Die. I'm really excited to be back. It's been a little bit since I put out a last video. I've been super excited and super busy. A lot going on right now. But I am back getting some stuff done here. I'm trying to get reoriented, see what's going on here. But super excited. We are approaching 100 subscribers. So I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. For giving some input and getting involved. I really appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun. So I'm back creating some videos hopefully here. I know it's been things been crazy. So you guys know how it goes. But we are back playing, so I'm just kind of looking around, trying to get reoriented here. We have a lot to do. We are on day 6. Let me go down here really quick and see how our farm's coming along. This is our light source right there. So the farm's coming along. Actually, I could probably just, since I'm here really quick, just finish up some, no, still sod, that's right. But yeah, so a lot of good things going on. So pretty much what we're going to do today is try to get this base going. We need to get some spikes up. That's going to be our main defense, and then ultimately we'll be a little safer at night to kind of finish up making everything cobblestone. Things like that. I'm going to get this planted right now because we need aloe vera going. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. So yeah, we're going to run around, get some wood. I mean, there's no wood here. Remember, we are in the desert. I'm just going to go ahead and plant on the side. So we'll get that done. Ran out there. Yeah, we need one more food supply, so we'll get that going too. All right, that is good. But we need a ton of wood because we are in the desert. This is kind of our excuse me. This is our kind of our tree farm going on over here. So it's not very impressive, not growing very fast. I was told, like, you know, people have troubles growing trees in environments like this. I'm not having too much trouble. We'll see if they get full size. I want to say they might not get full size here, which just means we need to get more trees. So I don't have an exit right now, so we're just gonna hop the wall. Yeah, that's just gonna have to work for now. Yeah, this will work. All right, so we're just gonna venture off. Let's see, base is there. Probably our best bet is, you know, we really didn't find anything. So actually, before we venture off, might be a good idea. That should be okay to leave for now. Might be a good idea just to make sure my food situation is looking good, which it is not. Might be a good idea just to collect some water while we're out too. We really don't have a lot of supplies either. Desert living is tough. But actually, I'm going to put a lot of this stuff in here right now. I'm going to plant that right away. Get those in there. Don't need that right now. Don't need that. Don't need those. Keep our glass. Yeah. Alright, this is dismal. We need so much wood. Actually, I know I'm going to need that, so we're just going to drink up and make some more right away. But yeah, so we have a lot to do. But I also wanted to kind of do a quick run through of kind of what's going on in 7 Days to Die. I know I guys have left you guys hanging. I know you guys have been enjoying the farming tutorial because underground farming is phenomenal. So I'm glad you guys have been enjoying that. But I do want to run through some Alpha 17 stuff coming because the game is really looking like it's going to be really exciting. I hope you guys are excited about it. I know I'm thrilled about it. Just grab a couple things here. Yeah, we'll just munch on some yucca. That's not a problem. Not a problem. Steel file. Screw. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Let's see what I got going on here real quick. Alright. So we're going to make our axe. But yeah, the game is looking to be really cool. There's a lot of changes, so we're gonna run through some of that really quick as well, kind of get that discussion going because they're making some big changes. They're taking some stuff out that they said that they're gonna have in. Need a little more wood. That's what we need. Things like that. Ooh, didn't make it. But yeah, so they're taking some stuff out. I guess we could start there. I mean, that's as good of a spot as any. So some of the stuff they're taking out, Behemoth is leaving the game. I know a lot of people have been excited about the behemoth zombie being added. It was kind of supposed to be like a base wrecker sort of thing. Makes later games a bit more difficult. We're gonna go straight south to the water source, I think. But yeah, it was supposed to make the game a little more difficult because it was supposed to be a zombie that kind of took a lot to take down, and if it gets up to your base, it's really gonna kind of wreck some stuff. But they're taking that out. I haven't really seen a good answer. If you guys seen a good answer, let me know. I know the forums are pretty extensive, so it's kind of hard to catch everything on there. So they didn't really give a reason why. They're also taking out zip lines. Zip lines they're taking out because mostly because it wasn't really adding a lot to the game. It was kind of making things, taking things a little bit too much in the opposite direction of where they wanted to go. For instance, if a horde is coming up to your base, or you find yourself in a difficult situation or something like that, you just zip line away and problem solved. So they really didn't want that ease of escape, and they didn't want to deal with like changing how that works up. I mean, it sounded like they had it working. It didn't fit the style of the game. It was just, you find yourself in a bad situation, and then you leave, you zip line away. So they're removing that. It looked fun. It looked like people would enjoy something like that, but it was kind of silly. I mean, there's no real, like, it didn't really add to the game, and it kind of broke the game in a way, because you just zip line away and problem solved. So they took that out. They're also taking out a big one, which I guess we could get to a little bit later, but they're taking out wellness, which is the ability to get your health and stamina up above 100 by eating different foods and different things like that. So eventually throughout the game you get to like 200, 250, and things like that. They're taking that out, but that's because it's tied into some other progression changes. So for now, that's pretty much what they're taking out of the game, but the whole wellness thing, that is being replaced with other mechanics that they are going to build into the game. Am I still going the right way? Yeah, I'm kind of veering off a little bit. Should probably start whacking some zombies. So those are some big changes. One of the biggest changes, I know we mentioned it before, was new physics to vehicles. That is going to be huge. And Mad Mole, he actually released a video. Joel released a video kind of showing that off recently. Some of the mechanics, the physics behind vehicles, along with new ragdoll performances of the zombies, especially like when you start hitting them with your car. Oh, there's a stupid vulture over there. This water is really getting some lag spikes too. This little town over there. That's interesting. But yeah, so like ragdoll mechanics when you hit zombies with cars and things like that. So that's going to be really interesting. We're actually going to drink one of these now. I'm supposed to be eating yucca, and I haven't been eating yucca. I should probably pick up some more. So yeah, ragdoll mechanics, it looks really awesome. Mad Mole is driving around with actually the new motorcycle vehicle as well, as a temporary fill in for I didn't plant my stupid tree. A temporary fill for a four-wheel vehicle as well that they're developing, which is going to be like kind of a great little Jeep to drive around in. And eventually, excuse me guys, sickness is going around. Eventually I think they also want to put in some kind of helicopter type vehicle, like gyrocopter thing, they could possibly fly around with. So pretty much this whole new revamp to vehicles is going to open the door for a lot of other things. Like they're also including a bicycle, which is really cool. And we talked about that already. Bicycle is the best all around vehicle, really. Oh, barely dodged that. I don't know how I dodged that. So yeah, those are some things that they're adding. So we've talked about a bit of that already, except the whole ragdoll thing is being added in. I have a ways to go to get over there. That's where I'm going to find the trees. Finding a lot of zombies though, and a lot of vulture everywhere. Gotta get out of this desert for a little bit. But yeah, So yeah, we talked about the vehicles a bit and things like that. They also they gave like the space bar allow you to do like a bunny hop sort of maneuver in your vehicle. I'm hoping it's just maybe the motorcycle, definitely the bike, maybe the mini bike, things like that. A little bunny hop thing. So they added some of that. They also are adding a little experience bar, very tiny, very thin experience bar above your belt inventory, just to kind of give you an idea where your experience bar is at. Alright, last time we ventured over here we ran into a wolf, so we're going to watch out for that. Lots of zombies. We really don't have the weapons we need to take these guys on. But yeah, so a very thin experience bar. Some other changes to other zombie things, like a little leg spike there. Look at all these zombies everywhere. It's not a bad thing though. Let's take some out here. So one of the other changes, you know, your vultures, actually, the things that are kind of all over right now, they're actually gonna have sleeper vultures. So that's gonna be a thing. Things like that. They're also changing up, like they're adding to a whole dungeon thing. So you've seen like the skyscrapers are kind of like mini dungeons. You know, you could follow a path through the whole thing, kind of doing parkour type maneuvers. So they're really cool, and they're kind of bringing that idea to the rest of the POIs, even your small houses. They're actually replacing all of the houses in like Naza game in one of the cities with these houses. So they're bringing this to the game, and it's going to be really cool. And there's also going to be environmental hazards. So maybe there's, you know, fires that could burn you, or hot steam vents that could burn you, things like that. Just natural hazards that could also be in the POIs to just kind of add to the experience. Zombie over there. So, and then along with that, they're redoing a lot of these POIs and making a lot of great new ones, all sorts of new textures for them. It is looking fantastic. Sorry about the coughing, guys. You know how it goes. But yeah, it's looking really cool because these POIs are really gonna look real sharp here. Do I have enough wood? Yes, I have enough wood. Zombie's probably gonna sneak up on me. Alright. But yeah, they're looking really great, and they're gonna have like loot things in them. There's also a lot of them are gonna kind of have what Manmole describes as like little background stories to them. Is that the city I live in? Yeah, that's my city over there. Some background stories to them, so you know there's a POI there, and obviously there because of the rounded sphere to it. I think they should fix that. What was I saying here? Yeah, so like little background stories. Like one of the POIs he showed off kind of had a stage in the basement, kind of like a cult type thing, and the guy would have like people over and then just kind of kill them and put them in a big furnace down there. So there's gonna be weird little backstories, a lot of point of interest, just to kind of spice the game up a little bit, kind of make things a little more interesting for players. Also something called a zombie closet, like potentially like a big cabinet or you know, closet, essentially, like a piece of furniture in the game that you could open up and probably a zombie pops out. He didn't actually show it off, but he kind of did to give that little piece of information away. Also other little building things like climbable trellises and or vines, things like that, just really adding to the depth of the POIs and things like that, make them much more interesting and things like that. Another really cool update, moving on, is the kind of one of the things that have been lacking in the game is animations for like players, and then also graphics for your players. And it's usually most noticeable like when you're playing multiplayer, because you see other players kind of prancing around, very stiff looking, not very natural, and just a lot to be desired. They totally revamped the graphics of them. They even have male and female specific animations. They look much more natural when walking. It really looks nice. So they're really spicing that up. New animations, new graphics to them. They changed how the characters look a little bit, so you could really tell. They look much more real. They move more realistically. It's fantastic. And to kind of go along with that, obviously we knew for Alpha 16, our new model for the stag was not released. Alpha 17 it is. And they actually have a new stag with animation. It looks phenomenal. And they also have a doe as well. So kind of really adds to the immersion of the game. So that's really cool. Really excited about that as well. And then obviously the animals are going to have the whole ragdoll thing as well. So you can really see them, instead of just necessarily sliding down a hill, you kind of really see them roll and ragdoll around. So very cool upgrade for them as well. Also, as far as other things for the players specifically, also some kind of power attack. So maybe you have like a different attack for like your club. Might take more stamina, but it's more powerful maneuver. Maybe it has like a knockback ability, but different power moves for your melee attacks. It's kind of how it was described. They didn't really go into detail as far as that goes yet. But I'm sure they're gonna really fill us in soon. Let's go kill this guy here, or this girl, I should say. Really need some upgrades to our weaponry. Come back. Oh, this is a road. Yeah, that's nice. I don't know who built that, but they should be fired. Oh, another one. Let's take care of her. Ugh, fighting on an incline is not fun. That's another thing, actually, since we're talking about it. Inclines are gonna be are really gonna make more sense. They already kind of do. You are already kind of slowed down by them, but they're kind of just gonna add to that. Even with vehicles, they'll go slower up inclines and things like that. They'll be more noticeable. Also, you will. I just want to make sure that wasn't a snake. It was just a cactus. But also, like when you hit shift in a vehicle, you'll kind of get a speed boost and things like that. Probably use up more gas, things like that. But it's going to be really, really cool. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, so some of the overhauls that they're doing as far as the game goes, they're going to be overhauling how a lot of systems. Do I want to fight the stripper zombie? It's kind of a tough zombie. Yeah, if I could avoid it, I'll avoid it, I guess. So let me grab this since it's here. Yeah, so some of the things they're overhauling. One of them is a weapon overhaul. Essentially, they're gonna. That broke, but is Max not ready yet? Oh, it is. There it is. I'm just gonna keep that around for now. Essentially, they're gonna replace all the gun parts with attachable modifications, and it's gonna go along with a new buff framework they're doing. So this is going to apply to vehicles as well, and a whole new system of buffing your character through like their gear and weapons. So maybe you'll have a pair of boots that you could upgrade to cause you to, if you take fall damage, less likely to break an ankle, things like that. Guns, maybe you have higher damage or better sight for a sniper scope, things like this, just different buffs. So it really sounds like, they haven't said a whole lot of specific details, but it sounds like something that they're gonna get more into. But it's gonna apply to everything. Vehicles, you're gonna be able to upgrade vehicles in different ways. So maybe they more gas efficient, things like that. Different attachable buffs for vehicles, weapons, equipment, and your armor and things like that. I think he already sees us, but I don't know what he's doing over there. So you know, and that goes along with the rest of the buff overhaul. So replacing old buff system with more robust, optimized framework, like we kind of talked about here. Let's go kill this guy. He sees me now. There we go. So other things designed to work and stack with items, weapons, clothing, like we said, different perk items, things like that. Just really adding to how you customize your character with their equipment and weapons and things like that. And this kind of leads into their what they call their, you know, for their progression overhaul. So I'm hoping this really adds to, because right now the game seems a little balanced weirdly. Like in the beginning, it's fairly hard, not really easy for a newbie to pick up on, but then later game you very quickly are just strong, and there's not a whole lot of replayability, you know, besides kind of making your own challenges, like trying different types of bases. But they're gonna change the progression of the game, so replacing the skill system with a, you know, more robust system. So the skills are going to be more specialized, you know, buff your character in different ways and things like that. So they're doing a whole overhaul, and that's all your perk system right now. So, you know, putting points in mining and gun making and you know, your sexual Tyrannosaurus and things like that. Doing another complete overhaul this time of how that works and things like that. And then as far as progression, they're going to add like character attributes, and they've mentioned how they want it to feel like you're creating a specific type of character. So having different classes to differentiate your play styles. So maybe that would mean, and I know there's mods out here that kind of do this type of thing, but maybe that would mean you play like a class that specializes in building. So maybe building materials, making building materials takes up less resources and things like that. Or maybe you play some kind of weapon specialist where your weapons are stronger. Certain types of weapons are stronger against zombies. So you know, maybe you're an axe wielder. So you know, you could do better weapon damage with an axe sort of thing, even though it's traditionally used as a mining tool to collect, you know, wood. Things like that. I'm sure is kind of the idea. Like maybe you want to play more of a sneak type character. Joel Manuel actually mentioned in one of his videos, maybe you would get your sneak up so high that you would actually be able to be undetected. Ooh, there's a deer. Undetected during a horde night sort of thing. You know, I'm sure that's like late type game thing, but you know, that's kind of what they want to create. They want to create a system that adapts to different play styles, or you could play in different ways that you might not have thought of before. Because like right now, you kind of sort of do that type of thing, because you could play where maybe you quite a bit utilize. Oh, I don't have a shiv. Why don't I have a shiv on me? Maybe you play where you don't utilize the trader, or maybe you do utilize the trader more. Things like that. So they're gonna add play styles to the game, and then they're also changing how health and stamina work. They haven't released any details about this. It's something that showed up on their list on the forum pretty recently, but obviously they're taking out wellness, how that works. So that's interesting to see how some of these changes are gonna come into effect. Some other stuff that they don't really list out on their list on the forums right now is things like they're going to add in like factions to the game, so a lot of NPC stuff. So I know some people that aren't thrilled about this. They kind of like the idea of like you're a sole survivor, maybe some of your friends are involved. But this is going to really don't like my lower visibility. But they're gonna have factions, so games like Fallout and things like that. You want you to be able to like interact with factions, do quests for them, maybe different things like that. to interact in the world. And there's going to be more aggressive ones. So they had like the, what was it? I think the white scarfs or something like that are kind of like, you know, as one group, and then there's another more aggressive group that's kind of like your tribal natives sort of thing. So I guess they were like your Native American type people, and they had like the casino. So actually their name, I believe, is going to be Dukes to go along with your Dukes tokens. So they're going to be kind of a little more aggressive and things like that. So you're going to have different factions that could fight or fight you, or you could fight along with them against the zombies and things like that. So they're adding a lot of that type of things, and going to give what it sounds like different benefits for becoming friendly with them, or maybe not being friendly with them. Different things like that. So they're going to kind of add a more immersive world in that way, a lot more NPC type stuff and things like that. So yeah, those are some of like the core game changes. Some other optimization things I'll just run through this list really quickly with you is they actually revamped the maple forest a little bit. So they added like an autumn color palette to it, kind of gives some more diversity to how that looks. They've also remastered all the biomes, so I'm really excited to get more information about that. But it's actually part of their upgrade to Unity 2017 game engine. So if you guys aren't familiar with that, that's probably one of your more popular game engines, along with the Unreal game engine. That's probably your most popular, but Unity is supposed to be a pretty powerful engine as well. So they upgraded that. So that's going to give them a lot of possibilities. A lot of the stuff we talked about was already stuff that was planned for the game. So the Unity engine itself is going to give a little bit better performance and possibly open some more doors. They're not really specific on what is actually being opened up for them and what was already kind of being planned and implemented, but it is, you know, going to be a nice upgrade because they did upgrade the game to that. They removed player collision with Yucca and Aloe to improve travel, so I'm sure you guys riding around in your mini bikes, you know, basically run into a brick wall when you hit a Yucca plant. So they got rid of that. It's just kind of make it simpler to move around. Replace houses in Dyersville with dungeon style POIs. We talked about that a little bit. So they're gonna definitely already have a lot of that new stuff incorporated into your Navs games and things like that. And obviously it's gonna pop up in random gen as well. But they're definitely getting that into their pre-made world. It'd be really cool if they get some more pre-made stuff or make that world a little bit bigger. But yeah, so they are incorporating it. XP indicator bar we talked about. They added some other DirectX 11 and Vulkan support added. The zombie ragdolls, new art and animations for the deer, additional paint textures added. So they're adding a lot of new, really cool textures to the game. Wainscoting block added. Actually, I'm not quite sure what they're referring to there. But kind of in Manmole's videos, he kind of mentioned some stuff that aren't quite on this list yet. Kind of giving, you know, kind of some indication of what's in development. For instance, one of the videos where he was talking about the different factions of the game, he did release image of the wolf with a little bit of armor and like bag space on it. So they are working towards tameable wolves. So that's really exciting. A lot of people are really excited about that, actually. They also released some Trader Joe images, so you got a better look of how some of the traders are being remastered, because those are kind of going to be outposts for the new factions. Is that a pig? Yes, it is. I think if this bird leaves us alone. Ooh, almost got us. Oh, come on, that hit him. We don't have a... I don't think we have a... Yeah, we do. I really don't think the detect thing works very well. Obviously, if it says you're hunted, but I don't think it's always guaranteed. I don't think it's been working very well. But yeah, so they've released images, and a lot of it is just art renderings and things like that, concept arts and things like that. But it definitely looks really cool. So they showed us how the new bike looks. Obviously, even in the video where they're driving around in it. Oh, this is bad. Oh, jeez. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm going to bleed to death. I thought I had bandages on me. No. That's a bummer. Don't have enough cloth on me. Wow. That's what I get for not paying attention, guys. Maybe I'll get lucky. Nah, it doesn't look like it. That's all she wrote. Oh well, that happens. That's what I get for being distracted, trying to multitask with you guys. But yeah, they also added a kind of a school bus model. This looks like something that's definitely going to be a destroyable thing in the world, along with other vehicles, which are going to have more colors to the vehicles and things like that. But they're going to have a school bus. I'm hoping it's something that's drivable, the way they presented it, but it's definitely something that's going to add more immersion to the world, seeing school bus vehicles laying around, especially since there's a couple different school type POIs, the university and the daycare and things like that. So having that in there as well. Bathtub, new bathtub art. They never really had any good art for that. Another palette art, so modular palettes and things like that. A lot of great concept arts, new vehicles, new mechanics, new overhaul. This is going to be the biggest change to the game since Alpha 16 introducing electricity. This is an overhaul to yeah, might as well on my bed. This is truly an overhaul to the whole game, pretty much. Everything is being changed, in some way. How far do I have to go? That's not too far. We really need our stuff. So this is huge. This is going to be a big change. So I hope you guys are excited about it. Hopefully we could break down some of the stuff a little bit more for you as more information is released. Obviously there's no... am I even going the right way? There we go. Obviously there's no timeline yet for when this stuff is being released. But it sounds really cool, and so far the limited videos that Manmul has done have been awesome. I switch between Manmul and Joel. His gamer tag is Manmul. His name's Joel. But yeah, he hasn't produced as many videos as he did leading up to Alpha 16, and part of that is it's a little bit change in strategy before he released information before it was actually going to be in the game. So people were like, hey, why wasn't this in the game? And it's like, well, I was just releasing information to be transparent and get you guys excited. But then people get angry when it's not actually in the game, which is silly, especially for a game like this that's in just alpha version. So they're pretty much any information they're releasing to us is set to be in the game, and what it looks like that is going to be in the game in Alpha 17. If they say it's going to be there, it's already in development, it's going to be there. So things like the behemoth that they were releasing before, and that seemed like a sure thing too though, but they're releasing stuff about that and then it's not in the game. This stuff sounds like it is going to be in the game, and especially since they are really putting a lot of thought in this stuff. They've hired a lot of new people, which is exciting. Get some new blood in there, new ideas, new artists. So the game is really looking cool. This is going to be a big Alpha 17 update. I'm super excited about it. I need to get my stuff here. Man, I'm so mad. That's what I get for being distracted. I'm not great at multitasking. The sad thing is I even killed that stupid boar. That's why you should always carry bandages. I keep saying it, but somehow I keep screwing that up for myself. I don't know. How many deaths am I at in this game? Deaths 2. So a wolf and a boar. That's what's killed me in this game. A wolf and a boar. That makes a lot of sense, huh? Alright. Let's take things a little more serious now. That was my last death for a while. How about that? Maybe last death till Alpha 17. Can we pull it off? Yeah, you guys let me know. Let me know if you think I can pull it off. I know what you're gonna say already, but that's the goal. Not gonna die. Unless I run into a wolf right now. Or a dire wolf. Or a bear. All those things will kill me. See, we do go slower uphill, but... Alright, zombie over there. Oh, grabbed it all in one go. Alright, I thought I heard something, guys. Get some of this stuff on so I don't overheat. I need to start getting more armor, but need more leather for armor. Need to not live in the desert. This is a tough environment. This is a really tough environment, but I have a really good amount of seeds now. And actually, we're gonna get this going because I need these as soon as possible. So we'll start with 40. And by the time we get back to base, those should all be done. We'll be able to lay those out, and then it'll be a little bit easier to work at night because spikes do a phenomenal job. If you want an easy mode, just wrap your base in spikes just all day long. Spikes for days. That's how you survive a horde. That's how you survive a horde night. Survive a horde. Actually, that probably would have been a good strategy to kill a pig charging at you. Just make sure you shoot him from the other side of some spikes so he runs over them. And just have spikes on you maybe. So if zombie dogs run at you. Zombie dogs, I think, are a problem in this game. Like, literally, I've seen zombie dog hordes 12 strong. Like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Luckily, usually when I get those, I'm inside my base and I just hit the spikes and die. But maybe you should, we'll try to carry some spikes around with us. Zombie dogs come at us, throw some spikes down, let them run into that, hopefully. They're not really intelligent. They're just zombie dogs. Not like our tamed wolves are gonna be. That's gonna be freaking awesome. Alright, we're almost home. Got up spikes. Gonna get some trees up. Probably should get some spikes up first. Probably should get an entrance to my base up first. That'd probably be a good idea. Let's get some wood frames going. Get some of these guys going. There we go. Actually, those aren't going to be complete anyways. Unless I cancel my spikes, which I really don't want to. Grabbing all the nests you can. Just avoid that zombie. I don't even know how many arrows I got. Do I have a good amount of arrows? I'm going to have to start creating... I have a good amount of arrows. That'll last me a while. I haven't seen my wandering horde, but I've been wandering, so usually wandering hordes. Oftentimes you don't see them if you're traveling. But it's still early. It could come anytime. Unless I missed it already, which... I always lose my base. Watch, I'm gonna get a zombie dog horde. What's gonna happen? I'm just gonna go in my base to lay some spikes. Oh, gotta remove some of that stuff too. Not too worried about them hopping over that right now. I'll probably remove it. Yeah, let's just remove it right now. There we go. So we'll be able to kind of do our work in our base because we won't have to worry about these zombies getting in. I should just remove this right now. Because this will help keep them off. Because we haven't upgraded our walls here yet. So where is our axe? Where is my axe? Haven't upgraded our walls yet. It's still just flagstone. So keeping the zombies off is going to be key. Eventually, the goal for the base is, because we're kind of just going to take over this whole section here, probably build towers in the corner sort of thing. I think that'll be a cool layout, so we can really move around the space to kind of engage any attacking zombies. Did that bother anybody? Did destroying that nest bother anybody? Kind of bothered me. There we go. Ooh, I think I found a hunting rifle. That's pretty sweet. Alright, there we go. There's some zombies coming from over here. Let's spread these out a little bit. I need to make some more. Didn't even get around my whole base. But definitely feel much safer already. There we go. This guy's gonna test it. I really don't want him to use up my... Don't want him to use up my my wood if I could help it. I think he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. I'll just put another one in him. I'm not gonna worry about him right now. But yeah, so that's much better. I should probably spread them out a little bit more. I was hoping to get a little bit farther than that, but that's gonna be pretty good. How much wood do I have left? Where's my wood? Yeah, I can make some more. What I need to do right now is so that I have a wood supply, and eventually I should, if these aren't growing to full size, all I have to do is make some dirt. So I think I have a good amount of, I have a dirt supply over by the water tower over there, so I'll just dig up more dirt, and I'll just make a patch somewhere for my tree farm. Alright, so I guess this is as good a spot as any. And we're just gonna we're not gonna worry about the lag. First horde nights are pretty lame, so we're just gonna scatter these. Kinda gonna get rid of some of my visibility a little bit, but that's alright. We just need wood, a wood supply as soon as possible. And finally we're gonna get a good amount of trees down. It's gonna be a little garden. It's gonna look real nice. Actually, is this dirt? That might be dirt. I laid one over here. That's alright. I should just go lay some in the burnt ground. Let's go lay one over there. See if we get a full-size tree. And that'll be pretty conclusive. So this is burnt ground. So this, even though it's burnt ground, it should still give me full-size trees. So we're going to make sure we get some over here. Look at that. Get a couple more, maybe one over here. There we go. Awesome. Perfect. Even if I have to chop these down early, I'm not too worried about that. Still wood supply. So even this size, this is a great size tree right here. That's gonna give me 2 seeds even. Where's my entrance? Yeah. We need to come up with a good entrance into the base. I haven't decided if I want it above ground or a ladder somewhere farther from the base, or an underground entrance. Haven't really decided on that yet. Probably should just chop down those trees while we're out there. That's alright. Let's see, I want to keep a little wood. I'll make 10 more. How about that? So yeah, wish we found more ammo. That would have been nice. That would have helped against that stupid boar, huh? Alright. Alright, so this is pretty good. I'm just going to kind of add a few more spikes here. Probably jump down into the farm tonight. There's some. Probably hop down to the farm tonight. Get that going a little bit better. Probably going to get a wandering horde tonight. That's how it usually works out. So we want to make sure this is pretty covered. Need to remove those. There we go. Alright, that's looking pretty good now. So probably go and work on the farm, things like that. We're looking pretty good. So I'm glad we have at least some spikes up. Got a good amount of wood. As you see, we spent pretty much the whole day, well, we had a little accident in there, but pretty much spent the whole day chopping wood to, didn't get a whole lot out of it. Those, mostly running around getting smaller trees just because we're even still just in these grasslands, so no forest that we really saw yet. Yeah, maybe there's something out that way we're getting close to. But, water source not too far. That's good. So, we're going to wrap it up here. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you guys are excited about Alpha 17. That's coming up quickly-ish, hopefully. They're definitely getting a lot of work done. Hopefully they start releasing more information for us really quickly. Oh, you're just going to hop right over, aren't you? Couldn't think about that. I have to get my next row up. But yeah, it's really exciting. So a lot is happening. Like I said, they hired more people. They're really expanding on the game, and they're making some big changes. So hope you guys are excited about that. Hope you guys are excited about this channel. Hopefully we could get another nice tutorial video. I know you guys have been enjoying our farming video. Hopefully we'll get another one about that. I really want to do one because I think it'd be super helpful for you guys to do one kind of going into detail, some building techniques and getting an understanding of structure of different building tools and things like that. So structure integrity. So how high, how far out you could build with different materials, things like that, to help you guys not have cave-ins. That's the goal, right? Help you guys not have cave-ins. So hopefully we figure something out that we could do for you guys. If you guys have any suggestions or anything you are really curious about, put them in suggestions below. We could definitely explore doing different videos that way as well. So hope to see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Smash it if you like. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you get that notification when we do another video. So until next time, keep surviving.